Hi, and welcome back to the Soul Shift channel. Today's topic is about guilt. Guilt is a feeling that I'm constantly battling with, and honestly, it doesn't serve me at all. I believe we are programmed with so many shoulds and shouldn'ts that I could easily spend an entire day trapped in the guilt emotion. I feel guilt towards my children. I did not give them this or that. I was not good enough mother, or I am not good enough mother. When they were young, there was a constant battle in my mind about whether they stayed too long at daycare, whether I served the right dinner, whether I lost my patience and yelled. There was a guilt attached to almost everything I did. But for what reason? What I noticed back then, when it came to my children, was that the moment I allowed myself to go down that path, I would eventually become stressed. I remember one particular day when I was driving back home from work and I knew I would be late to picking them up from the daycare. I spent a good part of the 1.5 hour drive, which was probably even longer since there was traffic, thinking about what a terrible mother I was. The guilt hung over me like a dark cloud. That was one of the moments when I realized that this was not helping me at all. I could literally feel my energy draining away. So I started reasoning with myself. I realized that my children, they do what I do, not what I say. No one does. Everybody do what you do, not what you say. If I was a hardworking mother who cared deeply about her family, perhaps that was not such a bad role model after all. I also realized that whatever our daily life looked like would become normal for them. It would simply be the way they were used to. They're normal. And was that really such a bad thing? Get used to long days? I think that's life. Back then, I managed to stop that particular guilt trap, but all the others were still there, and they're still there today. And of course, my children left daycare a long time ago, so that problem solved itself. Like with most things in life, it just passes and then it's solved. Yet nothing really changed. The guilt is just as present today as it was back then. The only thing that has changed is the subject I feel guilt about. And to be honest, I have not yet found a way to completely stop those feelings of guilt. I'm still working on it. And when I find a solution, I will come back and share it with you for sure. And of course, this looks different for everyone. So I can only share my own experience and what might have helped me then. But whatever the solution may be, I'm really consistent on this one. I want to find it because truly, I believe that excessive guilt is only standing in my way. Of course, some guilt can be useful. It can guide you to do the right thing or stop us from doing something we know is wrong. But when you feel guilt every single day, sometimes every single hour, it is not longer a helpful guide. It becomes something that harms you instead. As I have mentioned before, we have quite a few animals here on the farm, and there is another perfect guilt trap. No matter what I do, there is always a feeling that I could have done more, that I should have done more, and before I know it, the guilt takes over, and I really lower my energy. But the real problem is that guilt consumes so much energy, so you spend so much time and effort feeling guilty that there is hardly any energy left to actually do something about the situation. And perhaps that is where the solution lies. Maybe the moment guilt appears, the answer is to take one particular action instead, to do something concrete in the area where the guilt is showing up. I'm definitely gonna try that. I will let you know if it works. But for now, that's all. And I wish you all a lovely time and see you back here soon. Take care.